Streaming on clickorlando.com and broadcasting live, you're watching News 6 at noon.
Breaking news this noon, the manhunt for the suspect in the murder of Charlie Kirk has been arrested. The 31-year-old conservative activist was shot and killed Wednesday during an event at a Utah Valley University. CBS's Andres Gutierrez reports from Orem, Utah, where authorities say they believe the gunman acted alone.
We got him.
Authorities identified the suspected gunman in Wednesday's fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk as 22-year-old Tyler Robinson of Utah.
A family member of Tyler Robinson reached out to a family friend who contacted the Washington County Sheriff's Office with information that Robinson had confessed to them or implied that he had committed the incident.
The development comes after the FBI released surveillance video overnight of a person seen on a roof then jumping down.
Investigators interviewed a family member of Robinson who stated that Robinson had become more political in recent years. Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist!" Catch!
Essentially, somebody that was very close to him turned him in.
President Trump broke the news on Fox and Friends, saying a minister and the father of the suspect helped in the arrest.
I hope he's going to be found guilty, I would imagine, and I hope he gets the death penalty. What he did, Charlie Kirk was the finest person. He didn't deserve this.
The 31-year-old conservative activist was shot and killed Wednesday at Utah Valley University during one of the college campus debates that he became famous for. On Thursday, Vice President J.D. Vance, who is a close friend of Kirk's, along with the second lady and Kirk's widow, escorted his body home to Arizona on board Air Force Two. Andres Gutierrez, CBS News, Orem, Utah.
2 people are dead after a man shot and killed a woman before taking his own life. This happened early this morning at an Orange County apartment complex. News 6's Stephanie Rodriguez is on scene with the latest.
The reported shooting happened here at Lake Sherwood Apartments. It's off Apopka Island Road near Colonial Drive. Early Friday, I spoke with one woman who heard the situation unfold.
I heard somebody downstairs like yelling and screaming. So then I came downstairs and then I just seen the body laying on the floor with a tarp covering it and with a whole bunch of police officers.
The Orange County Sheriff's Office confirming that around 5:30 Friday morning, deputies responded to the area after reports of a shooting. When they arrived, they found 2 people outside an apartment who had been shot. A woman in her 30s was shot, and a man in his 40s appeared to have a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Both were pronounced dead at the scene. The woman I spoke with, who didn't want to be identified, shared how she felt about the situation unfolding right in the middle of her complex.
No child should have to walk by and see a dead body laying on the floor.
The Orange County Sheriff's Office says this incident is domestic in nature and that everyone involved is accounted for. However, this investigation is ongoing and they'll share more information as it continues. Reporting in Orlando, Stephanie Rodriguez, News 6.
Let's go ahead and take a live look outside. This is our camera in Daytona Beach, where you can see the surf really churned up out there. Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos is standing by. And Candace, we have already seen some showers today, but we are looking at a nice weekend potentially.
Exactly. We just have to get through a couple more hours where we could be dodging a little more of those tropical downpours. And it's primarily because of a low. We talked about it all morning long that it would eventually develop. And you can see on the modeling here now it's picking up that low. Last couple of frames there. So as that low continues to peel away, all the moisture associated with now that developing low will kind of wrap around and clip parts of the coastline, maybe push as far inland as about the I-4 corridor. You can see the bulk of moisture still all situated offshore, but what I'm watching is in a few hours as that low again continues to move away, that's where we will start to see some of that rain moving on the coastal areas. And you can see some of the winds already starting to inch some of that moisture a bit closer towards our coast. Right now, the gusts picking up between about 20 to 25 miles per hour. You saw it there on our live shots there in Daytona Beach. You can see the surf is extremely rough. We're also dealing with higher than normal tides. We're dealing with king tides. So that, once again, is the reason why beach conditions today, maybe tomorrow, not the best, but at least the weather on no matter what else you're planning on doing, should be pretty good. Rain chance again today, about 50 to 60% for our southern zones, 30 to 40 along I-4, and a little lower the further west you go. Temperatures out the door right now, it's really not that bad. We're in the mid to low 80s. We'll warm up a few more degrees, but we are talking about even better conditions for your weekend. We're breaking it all down, and as well as a check on the tropics coming up in just a few minutes.
Candace, thank you. Bethune-Cookman University is no longer under lockdown. Yesterday, anonymous threats forced widespread lockdowns at multiple HBCUs. Our Volusia County community correspondent Angie Casada was on campus at BCU as students finally received the all clear.
After more than 12 hours of uncertainty, Bethune-Cookman University students are finally breathing a sigh of relief. Early Friday morning, the school lifted its lockdown and stay-in-place order, one that was issued following a nationwide threat targeting several HBCUs.
When I got that email, they didn't specifically say it was a threat. It was more like it was a lockdown.
Sophomore Kamari Bickley, like many students aware of recent threats, immediately feared the worst.
So when I was thinking, I thought there was a shooter on the campus, and I was freaking out really, really bad because at that time I was getting ready for my class. But a few minutes later, they sent an email saying that it was a threat.
It's been concerning a little bit, like not letting us look out the windows or not being on our phones. It's just been overwhelming and stressful.
Campus leaders sent out multiple emails and text alerts overnight, urging students to stay inside until it was safe.
I've heard that we gotten a few emails in between from our president. So I think in terms of response, I think it was a very good response time.
No threat was ever found on campus or at any other university. For now, Bethune-Cookman will return to normal operations while keeping security in place. Students tell me while the lockdown was stressful, today they're grateful to be back in class, and they say the quick communication from the school gave them peace of mind. Reporting in Daytona Beach, I'm your Volusia County community correspondent Angie Casada, News 6.
New at noon, we're learning the man accused of killing the wife of an Orlando pastor is now filing a motion to withdraw his guilty plea. Investigators say earlier this year, Ronald Davis broke into the home of Lucy Pat Curl and attacked and robbed her. Curl eventually died at the hospital. According to the filing, Davis said he felt coerced into confessing to avoid a trial since he was facing the death penalty. The filing also says Davis was told he would likely have an all-white jury and he would be more likely to receive the death penalty. Davis's next hearing is on October 14th. Police in Lady Lake are trying to identify a body found at a construction site. The discovery was made yesterday at the corner of County Road 466 and Cherry Lake Road. The remains were found in a tall grass area and are in the advanced stages of decomposition. So far, no other information is being released. The application process is now open for Florida's first bear hunt in a decade. The 23-day hunt is set for December, with the state allowing up to 187 bears to be hunted and killed. Here in Central Florida, only 18 permits will be handed out. You can apply as many times as you want to pay the $5 fee. Who gets chosen will be up to a random drawing. One group, however, is adamantly against the hunt.
We're trying to get people to enter the lottery. This is our last resort. And we're going to use every effort to save as many bears as possible.
Applications can be submitted through September 22nd. About a month into the new school year, and some teachers and parents in Osceola County are not happy. They say changes to the district's exceptional student education programs have had a negative impact on students. Now they're turning to the school board for help. News 6's Mark Lehman is following the story with details on why so many parents are upset.
With this change, some parents say there are issues with their child adjusting to general education classes, and others say there are problems after their ESE student has been transferred to a hub school, which could be several miles away. All of this has led to calls for the district to take further action.
You've created a crisis situation.
After a month into the school year, tensions are rising over changes to special education in Osceola County Public Schools.
Our teachers are quitting. Our ESP support staff are quitting.
This week, the teachers union called on the school board for more support and training. That's in response to a new policy consolidating ESE classrooms into designated hub schools. It also reintroduced some special needs students into general education.
The gen ed teachers are having these students come in that aren't prepared for the rigor of the gen ed curriculum.
Daryl Greenwood is a special education advocate and says the changes have led to behavior issues for many of the students she works with.
We have all of these other kiddos that are suffering and not having the proper support and learning environment.
The district says the change was in response to state standards for inclusivity and to better address the learning challenges of all students. The superintendent saying the idea of change takes time and expects a lot of problem solving along the way.
We are not turning back. We are going to make sure that our students are as successful as they possibly can be.
On top of the calls for help, the teachers union has also asked the district to reconvene its special needs advisory committee. At this point, the superintendent has not indicated if that will happen, only saying that supporting students is a priority. In Osceola County, Mark Lehman, News 6.
The weekend is almost upon us, which means it is time to make those plans. Coming up, meteorologist Michelle Morgan has your 6 things to do this weekend. We leave you with a live look from our beautiful Mount Dora cam. You're watching News 6 at noon. We'll be right back.
Introducing the new $25 million Gold Rush Multiplier Scratch-Off from the Florida Lottery.
I'm meteorologist Michelle Morgan. Looking for something fun to do this weekend? Well, there'll be a few showers and it'll be toasty, but I have a great indoor event for you. Head over to the Orlando Family Stage where Go Dog Go will be happening. I spoke to the artistic director, Jeff Revels, about what you can expect.
We can expect joy and we can expect fun and whimsy and remembering the book that we all grew up with. And the book really is celebrating language, but it also celebrates everyday stuff and making the ordinary extraordinary.
It runs every weekend through October 5th and tickets start at $20. Check out the Orlando Pen Show this weekend at the Florida Hotel and Conference Center. Over 100 vendor tables with pens and accessories for sale. Beat the heat with family science fun. Enjoy Kennedy Space Center's STEAM experience at Crayola Experience Orlando on Saturday from 11 a.m. through 2:30. Check out Mount Dora's Pitmasters and Pourers, the ultimate beer, bourbon, bacon, and barbecue event. It's Saturday from 3 to 8 p.m. at Elizabeth Evans Park. Join 21 and up outdoor party at Orlando Booze and Bites at Festival Park on Saturday from noon to 5 p.m. Your ticket includes an open bar and $5 or less delicious bites. Noises Off, a fast-paced comedy full of laughs, opens this weekend at Surfside Playhouse in Cocoa Beach. Tickets are $32.
Have a fun event coming up? Send it my way. Many events come from viewers like you. You can head over to our News 6 app or clickorlando.com. Just click Contact Us.
Time to get you back to your weekend forecast. Here's a live look from our Launch Credit Union camera out there at Port Canaveral. We have seen some showers along the coast. Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos is here now. And Candace, some folks dealing with some rain, but we're also really excited about some comfortable weather this weekend.
The weather is going to be just so nice. We're so used to the heat and the steam and the humidity. All of that is going to kind of get zapped away. It's still going to be warm. There's nothing cool about the forecast, but it's going to be comfortably warm. So if you ask me, the moment we start zapping out the humidity, especially this time of the year, mid-September, I know people start really getting excited about the change of seasons. Well, the change of seasons here in Central Florida. Right now, the radar is certainly looking very busy. Most of the rain, though, luckily is shifting offshore. But what I'm more concerned about is as that low that's developed all this rain starts to pull away, some of this moisture might come back and wrap around. So that is something we'll be watching over the next couple of hours. Let me show you here. Clouds of rain futurecast still picking up some of that rain possible by about 2-3 o'clock. You can see there's been kind of that overall spin happening. So the big question is how long will that rain last? As of now, it looks like most of it should start wrapping up as the sun goes down. So some tropical downpours can't be ruled out. We had a nice little drier slot yesterday, but again, with that low, it added a little more rain to the forecast before we really start to dry things out really nicely for your Saturday and Sunday as well. So we can't completely rule out all rain this weekend, but the majority of us will be able to kind of sit back and enjoy a more comfortable weekend. You can see the rainfall forecast pretty much today. It looks like there will be that possibility that the bulk of the rain, if we do see any, will be along the coastline. Up to about ½ of an inch of rain will be possible, even less the further inland you go. But now let's check on that hour-by-hour forecast for your Finally Friday.
Sponsored by Strata Air Conditioning and Heating. AC emergency, you ought to call Strata.
So your highs today back into this mid to upper 80s. Again, rain chances will be trending upwards about 30 to 40%, a little lower the further inland you go. So after dealing with the showers for today, again, that coverage, depending on where you are, will change drastically. Come this weekend, below normal temperatures, which today we are seeing below normal, but we're really going to get that dry air settling in, which will make it at least feel nice and comfortable. So there goes that low, starting to zip away, but as it pulls away, it'll take all the moisture with it and allow that dry air to be replaced. Now, it's not going to be November, December dry air where temperatures drop into the 70s, for instance. This isn't associated with a new cold front coming. This is just a pocket of dry air. Some of the driest air, by the way, we've seen in quite some time. So as we break down your weekend forecast, pretty much a carbon copy both Saturday and Sunday. That low end chance for rain really just focused along the coastline. It's going to be less humid, maybe a stray coastal shower. But because the humidity is lowered, we're going to continue to see temperatures, or at least feel temperatures, close to the actual temperature in the upper 80s. Now, where we will see kind of the coolest point of the weekend, if you're interested, Sunday morning, early Sunday, right before sunrise, you can see we could get down into the upper 60s inland, low 70s along the coast, which will feel certainly nice and brisk compared to the summer heat. And the last time we actually hit a low 72, it was mid-July. So it has been a while, but back in mid-July, we were still dealing with humidity. So this is low 70s without the humidity. So that's a kind of a little extra touch that we get this time around. Quick check on the tropics. We have a new wave rolling off the coast of Africa. No big concerns at this point. Enjoy your weekend, but just wanted to show you that it does have about a 40% chance of potential development. And as we get results here, their full 7-day forecast, rain chances again pretty much on the lower side of things, lower than normal for this time of the year, starting this weekend, continuing in at least into the middle part of next week, with highs still running below average.
Candace, thank you. Health experts warn about the spread of a potentially deadly disease as sightings of kissing bugs are up. Coming up, why it's important to get treatment early. You're watching News 6 at noon. Here's a live look over downtown Orlando. Stay with us. We'll be right back. A new report is raising awareness about the spread of a potentially deadly parasitic disease in the U.S. It's called Chagas disease. Experts say it's spread by kissing bugs. Cases have been reported in 8 states, and doctors say diagnosing it can be tricky.
Many people don't know that they have Chagas disease until the chronic phase, which can be many years later. About 20 to 30% of infected people can develop serious problems years later, which include an enlarged heart, which can cause heart failure or an abnormal heart rhythm. They can also develop an enlarged esophagus or colon, which may interfere with gastrointestinal functioning.
Chagas can be treated, and the earlier you get diagnosed, the better. Try out the all-new primetime schedule on News 6 Plus. Matt and Ginger have a new take on the day's news on News 6 tonight. That's at 9. Then go in depth as we track the tropics and answer your weather questions with meteorologist Jonathan Kagas at 9:30. Then watch the late news an hour earlier. It's all tonight on News 6 Plus. Download our streaming app for free. Search WKMG in your smart TV's app store. It's also available on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. Stay with us. We'll be right back. The world's first vaccine to protect koalas from chlamydia has been approved in Australia. These infections can cause infertility and death, leaving the iconic species listed as endangered in parts of the country. The vaccine was developed after more than a decade of research and can now be used in wildlife hospitals, vet clinics, and in the field. Research shows the vaccine reduced the likelihood of koalas developing symptoms during breeding age. It also decreased mortality from the disease in wild populations by at least 65%.
Good to know.
So there you go. All right, we've got our weekend coming up. We're ready.
Good weekend across the area as temperatures are in the upper 80s. Rain chances for today at about 40%. They will go down as we head into the weekend. A lot more dry air is expected to settle in. Now, again, I don't want people to think this is a cold front. This is just drier air that's going to make it feel like, I don't know, the actual temperature. Imagine that.
Yeah.
So no feels like temperatures in the triple digits, at least throughout the next couple of days.
Sounds so nice.
Yeah.
Candace, thank you. Switch over right now to the News 6 Plus streaming app or clickorlando.com to watch News 6 Extra. Have a great day. Our next newscast is at 4.